The release of Amazon's Fallout TV show, as well as the long-awaited next-gen update for Fallout 4, has a lot of fans jumping into the retro-futuristic world of Fallout for the first time. The irradiated wasteland is home to a huge catalog of strange creatures, from the panic-inducing Deathclaws to the humble Radroach. There is no shortage of oddities for you to encounter on your journey, but perhaps none of them as intriguing as ghouls. Ghouls capture our curiosity because they were once human, just like us. But are they still? Today we're going to be talking about ghouls, what they are, what they can do, and how we feel about them, right here on Fandom Talks. First and foremost, we have to make a distinction because there are two main types of ghouls, regular ghouls and feral ghouls. We're going to be talking about regular ghouls first, but don't forget about those ferals because they're coming back later. Ghoulification is the process by which many different creatures can undergo changes and mutations due to gamma radiation. But we're not going to be talking about ghoulrillas or yaoguais today, just humans. When certain humans are exposed to a large amount of radiation, either over an extended period of time or in a rapid process all at once, they can undergo ghoulification. This can cause a number of things to happen, including an extended lifespan, the ability to reattach lost limbs, resistance to radiation, and the horrible disfigurement of the face and body. Hey, it's not nice to stare. The visual changes a ghoul undergoes are the most obvious. Their skin starts to peel back, revealing muscle and bone. Deteriorating connective tissue causes their nose and ears to fall off, and damage to their larynx causes that trademark ghouly rasp. Hey, smooth skin. Ghoulification does come with some advantages, however. We've already mentioned their extended lifespan and resistance to radiation, but they also lose their need to eat and drink, a fact that has somewhat wavered throughout the franchise. Billy Peabody from Fallout 4 is a perfect example of this. He hid in a fridge to shield himself when the bombs fell, and he survived over 200 years without any food or drink. Unfortunately, this does make them a prime target for slavers who value the ghouls for their low cost of upkeep.
Ghouls are immune to radiation, don't age, and don't need to eat. You can work them real hard.
Ghouls are effectively immune to aging and most diseases, but this doesn't mean they're immortal. Diseases of the mind pose a significant risk, something we see play out to heartbreaking effect in the Fallout TV show. Feralization occurs when a ghoul's brain begins to atrophy, effectively turning them into mindless, unthinking zombies. However, I have to clarify they're not actually zombies. They simply degenerate into this state of purgatory between living and death, but they don't actually die and come back to life. However, there are some baffling exceptions. I'm looking at you, Oswald. Feral ghouls are horrifying. They often stick in packs and sprint at their prey. I still remember my first trip to Super Duper Mart. We don't talk about that. There is a treatment that has been developed, some kind of inhaled medication that prevents feralization, as we see it used in the Amazon Prime series. However, we know very little about who developed it, how much of it there is, what it's made of, and how effective it is. People in the Fallout universe have mixed feelings about ghouls, and by mixed I mean mostly bad. Mayor McDonough in the Commonwealth kicked all of the ghouls out of Diamond City. Vault City had a shoot ghouls on sight policy. The Enclave and the Brotherhood of Steel both had discriminatory policies that targeted ghouls. The Enclave took outright genocidal action against the ghouls at some point. To see the Enclave and ghouls face off, be sure to watch Fallout, Ghouls Revenge, right here on Anime Fire. But why do ghouls draw all of this vitriolic hatred? Is it because they're at risk of going feral and endangering those around them? Maybe, but the Fallout universe makes it clear that just about anybody is at risk of going crazy and killing their neighbors all over a few caps.
But I ask you this, how many humans have suddenly turned violent and killed someone? I've seen it more times than I care to admit.
Perhaps it's because ghouls are living, breathing proof of the hubris of man. We allowed ourselves to become so hateful and greedy that we let major corporations push us into global nuclear war. As a result, radiation poisoned the land, destroyed all that we held dear, and turned the survivors into twisted, irradiated monsters who will do anything just to survive. When you look into the eyes of a ghoul, you're confronted with the exact reality of what our greed has cost us. Or maybe people just don't like looking at their ugly mugs.
You look like something that was left in the fridge too long.
Oh yeah? Well, never mind.
It's hard to say, but we know this for sure. Ghouls have a tough go of it in the wasteland, but many of them are ready to rise to the challenge. That's all for today. Be sure to tune in next time where we answer the age-old question. Which one's really better, Nuka-Cola or Sunset Sarsaparilla? We'll see you next time on Fandom Talks.